Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. This is to the channel The Backyard Naturalist, which I've reacted to before. This time I'm going to do a video on kangaroos. The last time I did bird videos on their channel. So this time we're going to focus on kangaroos. And this one is called Kangaroos, the Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
It's high time that we look at a mammal on this channel, and I've jumped at the opportunity. Sooner or later, I was bound to cover our most iconic animal. Couldn't skip it. This fantastical creature that we take for granted is truly a leap in evolution, and you'd have to be hopping mad not to appreciate its majesty. Who wrote this rubbish?
Kangaroos are so cute. I know how dangerous they are, but they are definitely so freaking cute. I would never mess with one, but I have got to pet one once.
With a spring in your step, join me as we dive inside the kangaroo. That doesn't sound right. Oh yeah, dive into the life of the kangaroo. The peaks, the hurdles, and the downright bloody bizarre.
Don't show me that.
Let's bounce. What actually is a kangaroo? This isn't some weird French existentialist question, but the definition of kangaroo is not as clear-cut as you may think. Roos belong to the macropod family, which means Bigfoot. No, not that one, although he's probably out there too. There are 4 total recognized species. Also in the family Macropodidae are all of the wallaby species, as well as the adorable tree kangaroos, pademelons, quokkas, and the wallaroos. If you've never heard of a wallaroo, I don't blame you. They're like the overlooked member of your friend group who only communicates in Lord of the Rings quotes, but they're the glue that holds the macropods together. What's the difference between a kangaroo?
My local zoo has wallabies and wallaroos. They don't have any kangaroos though.
A wallaroo. Size may seem like the obvious answer, but it's more complicated than that. Kangaroos are generally recognized as macropods that live collectively in mobs, while wallabies and wallaroos live a more solitary lifestyle. So rather than being distinct categories, wallabies, wallaroos, and kangaroos all exist on a continuous spectrum. Like autism. Let's take a closer look at the species. First,
was that like necessary?
Up, it's the iconic red kangaroo, simultaneously the largest roo, marsupial, and Australian mammal. Living, of course. Males can be identified by their iconic red fur and rippling physique. You myrin, brah? These disciples of Ziz are native to the arid regions of the continent. Then there's the eastern grey, almost as large as the red, but with a thicker grey coat suitable for the temperate east coast of the country, from the tropical rainforests to the frozen mountaintops. Most of the footage you'll be seeing in this video is of these fellas. Next up, it's the often overlooked Western Grey, which spans a territory from New South Wales to Western Australia. This kangaroo has a darker coloration around the head and body. And let's not forget their adorable mini subspecies, the Kangaroo Island Roo. They are, as the Japanese would say, kawaii desu. Then there's the Antilopine kangaroo, or wallaroo, depending on who you ask, which resides entirely within the tropics. The final 2 wallaroo species are the widespread common wallaroo and the shy and near-threatened black wallaroo. Stay safe, you sooty introverts.
They're all cute.
The anatomy of a kangaroo is built around one core concept, ruthless efficiency. But who is Ruth anyway, and why do we want less of her?
You see that cute little face? Oh, wait. Is that a magpie that's down there? Their faces are so stinking cute.
It's such a terrible dad joke. Like grey nomads, they've evolved to cross ruthless efficiency. But who is Ruth anyway, and why do we want less of her? It's such a terrible dad joke. Like grey nomads, they've evolved to cross vast distances of sparse vegetation in search of greener pastures, and opted for an unlikely mode of transport, hopping. but it actually works in their favour. Their legs are locked in a parallel position and can't move independently of each other like ours. They contain special tendons, the body's natural rubber bands, which store 70% of the potential energy during a jump. Because of this, once they get up to speed, it requires little effort to continue hopping. Meanwhile, running mammals continually lose energy the longer they move. Filthy casuals. Their breathing is also efficient. As they spring off the ground, air is pushed out of their lungs, and as their feet move back into position to land, air is drawn back in like a massive bellows. The feet themselves are quite peculiar. The second and third toes are fused together, and the soft pads on the underside cause far less damage to the topsoil than hooves. Their large meaty tail acts as a counterweight while hopping, and they can use it to walk around on all fives, which is called pentapedalism. Famously, roos can't move backwards, only forwards, which is why it adorns the crest of our proud nation.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, I guess of course I've never seen one do that, because I guess they can't. I didn't even think about that.
Along with you. Kangaroos congregate in large groups called mobs. Red kangaroos are predominantly nocturnal to avoid the heat of the day. Greys are crepuscular, meaning they're most active around dawn and dusk. During the day, they lie around like they're posing for a life drawing class. Juvenile roos are preyed upon by dingoes and wedge-tailed eagles, but the mature roo has little to worry about. Once upon a time, the thylacine and thylacoleo hunted mature adult roos, but since they've gone the way of the dodo, their only remaining predator are humans. Cheeky little buggers. Kangaroos are so often hit by cars that they have to put up these helpful signs, as well as for other.
In the States, it's deer that we have to watch out for. Deer is actually our most dangerous animal in the United States, just because they don't have any road sense, so they constantly are getting hit by cars and killing people and stuff. So that's our most dangerous animal. Yeah, so we don't have the kangaroo thing, but we have it with deer. They are so stinking cute. I was wondering, do each species of kangaroo get along with each other, like the reds and the grays and all that? Like, do they ever interact with each other's groups in any sort of way?
The native species. Poor old kangaroos don't exactly help themselves, often jumping into traffic at the last second. Even still, be careful when driving around dawn or dusk. Be ready to hit the brakes, and if you do hit one, check to see if there's a joey in the pouch. You might just save its life. During a tussle with a predator, usually a dingo or a dog, roos will attempt to use their hind limbs to casually disembowel the opposing foe. They also have
That is so scary when they start to stand straight up and you can see all their muscles. Oh my god, that freaks me out.
A fascinating defensive strategy. They'll assume this posture like a serial killer in a swimming pool and wait for a predator to follow them in, and then
literally like an 80s horror movie. That's an 80s horror movie monster right there in a swamp.
proceed to calmly waterboard them to death.
Oh shit.
Kangaroos are herbivorous, and thank God, because there's over 40 million of them. They possess a two-chambered stomach for digesting a diet of grasses and shrubs which need time to ferment. Similar to other marsupials, their teeth are ground down to nothing over time. Luckily, they have 3 extra backup pairs that push the old pairs out. Once the 4th set of teeth have been depleted, kangaroos do something truly remarkable. They die. Ain't nature fun? Now there's an even more important question. Do kangaroos fart? Yes. However, their digestive emissions contain less methane compared to grass-eating ruminants like cows. Part of the reason is a special gut bacteria found in juvenile roos, which converts fermented plants into acetic acid, which aids in muscle growth.
Okay, sorry. I have to get Ghost out of here. Okay, I'm rewinding for a sec.
Grass-eating ruminants like cows. Part of the reason is a special gut bacteria found in juvenile roos, which converts fermented plants into acetic acid, which aids in muscle growth. Imagine having a body that converts farts into steroids. And get this, scientists are trying to figure out how to transplant this bacteria into cows to reduce their methane emissions.
Weird.
And now for the intimate details of the kangaroo's reproductive ballet. Male roos are called boomers, plenty of those watching my videos, and God bless them, while females are called flyers. Breeding roos will form consort pairs. An interested male will observe a female and follow her every movement while she signals discreetly. He smells her urine to see if she's an estrus, whatever floats your boat. If they're both interested, the pawing, licking and scratching commences before the main event. The male will insert his member, which
her whole neck and head and everything was just back. God dang.
I'm not sure if I can actually show on YouTube, but try to imagine a carrot with scoliosis. He'll insert his bent carrot into her cloaca that contains within it 3 vaginas. Naturally, there's one.
Oh my god, I did not think that that's what was going to be talked about in this video. That's so funny. Also, fun fact, I have scoliosis.
For each of her 2 uteruses, and a third for birthing. The male, with his testicles that are positioned above the penis, will release a deluge of reproductive aioli. If successful, this will create an embryo in one of the uteruses that are both functional at the same time. It's possible for her to be perpetually pregnant, which sounds like a whole heap of fun, right ladies? It's during these hookup sessions when fights between males typically break out as they compete for the privilege of a kangaroo. 2 boomers will square up, grapple each other with claws, and then take turns drop kicking each other in the guts until one of them relents. They've evolved special toughened belly skin to prevent unwanted intestinal spillage. Back to the mother, they're capable of something called embryonic diapause. During the pregnancy, she can quite literally put the baby on hold until there's enough room in the pouch for another joey. Once the dad has helped conceive, he exits the equation and leaves mum to it. Contrary to popular belief, marsupials do have a small yolk-like placenta. Once the fetus has consumed it, they need to get out fast. After just 30 days, what emerges is a blind, sentient jelly baby. It only comes in one flavor.
Ew, flavor, stop. If I could have only been pregnant for 30 days, oh my god, that would have been so amazing.
Blood. It begins its epic journey by crawling out of its mother's cloaca and into the pouch. This is where it will spend the next 3 months, hanging from a nipple like a gory Christmas ornament. And here's what it looks like after a few months. Is that a chihuahua with alopecia? This must be the wrong slide. Oh no, that's what it looks like.
I mean, it looks
Once
like
the joey has become too big to live.
It looks like what you see, you know, in like sonogram pictures of human babies, kind of.
Its mum's belly basket, it'll have to leave the pouch and touch grass. The joey will live off milk even outside the pouch until they're ready to begin their lifelong vegan phase. Fun fact, the mother can simultaneously produce 3 different strengths of milk for each stage of the joey's development. Young males will start their fighting careers at an early age, often using their own mother as target practice. At the ripe old age of 3, he or she will be ready to perform this beautiful reproductive ballet once more.
Wow.
Now to ruffle some feathers. Kangaroos experience a natural boom and bust cycle with the changing seasons. When it's dry, males will become temporarily infertile, and females will only conceive if enough rain has fallen. When the rains come, their populations will explode and often grow to an unsustainable level. Thousands of these roos will die of starvation when the drought inevitably comes back.
No, don't show me the sad stuff. I can't take it.
Kangaroos are lovely, but there is such thing as too much of a good thing. The solution to this problem is a hotly debated topic. Culling has been the government's go-to solution for decades, but sterilisation is also an option. It's not a glamorous subject, but roo populations do need to be controlled one way or another. Like Splendor and the Grass attendees, if left unchecked, they will strip the earth bare, drain water supplies, and destroy the habitats of many other native species in the process. In the past, kangaroo populations were kept in check by large predators and indigenous hunters. But for obvious reasons, this is no longer the case. Indigenous people prior to colonization were very good at striking a balance between hunting and showing restraint, never overhunting. For example, when kangaroo numbers were low, they would only kill the males to ensure that more joeys could be born. Which brings us to the subject of eating them.
Do you guys have like a hunting season where you hunt kangaroos? Is that a thing there? Because we have like a deer hunting season here in the States where hunting becomes legal usually in the fall time, or like, you know, November, December, like United States fall or autumn. And there's like all these like rules and regulations behind, you know, how many are allowed to get in a season and only one of these, and like there's all this stuff. I don't personally hunt. I just know people who hunt, and that's how they try to control the deer population. So I was just curious if it's like the exact same thing over there, just with kangaroos.
Be open to eating more kangaroo meat. It's more sustainable, high in protein, and low in fat compared to beef. Now, obviously, some people might be opposed to eating our national icon, which is why I propose changing our emblem to the Brussels sprout. No one likes those. None of this is without its issues, of course. As a species, we don't exactly have the best track record when it comes to not hunting animals to extinction. It's a tricky one. I recommend this ABC Landline doco if you're interested in this topic. Time to end on a lighter note. Kangaroos are amazing creatures. Their physiology is unlike anything else on this planet, from their legs to their stomachs and their other parts. These marsupial megafauna have done the impossible and have found a way to not just survive but thrive on this unforgiving continent. There's just something so damn likable about the Roo. Their
so
cute furry faces, their chilled out attitude, and their god tier charisma. They may test our patience sometimes, but we are blessed to have one of the most unique animals in the world hopping around our backyard.
Yeah. Definitely. You guys are lucky. Oh. There was definitely music at the end of that, just letting you know that in editing, I am cutting that music out because I always get copyrighted for that. That was such a cute video, and I was expecting it to be cute, but I actually learned a lot in that video. I'm so flustered. All of those things, like, I was not expecting to like learn. I just thought, okay, let's learn about kangaroos. I didn't know that they were going to go into the whole like reproductive stuff and like all that sort of thing, and that was really interesting. 1 month pregnant and then in the pouch. Like, it's so crazy, and they're so tiny. They're like a tiny little peanut, like an actual like peanut. That's just crazy. But oh my god, they are so cute. You guys really are so lucky to have some of the most incredible animals and most unique animals of anywhere in the world. Truly, like, you guys are really, really lucky, because in order for me to see like a kangaroo, I have to go somewhere that, like, you know, they have a sanctuary for them or something, you know, and there's a reason why they have them usually. I know that there are kangaroo like farms or sanctuaries, whatever you want to call them, in Kentucky. For some reason, that's like a big place for it. I don't know if it's like the land or whatever, but anyway, so that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, if you made it to this point in the video, let me know in the comments below. Do you know what movie this is from? And do you love this movie? Because I love this movie. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I'll see you next time.